I went out for lunch with some lovely women from the Vancouver Jewish community yesterday, and they asked me why I support Israel and why I'm doing the work that I'm doing. I have a hard time answering that question. I mean, I know my history, and I know that in the beginning of the 20th century, empires broke down and people all over the globe were given self-determination. It was a time when empire ended and states began, and it wasn't just Israel that was given self-determination. So I don't understand why we have to keep fighting over why Israel has a right to exist. I mean, South Korea has a right to exist, Pakistan has a right to exist, Jordan has a right to exist. Anyway, I knew the hard work that the Jews had done to make the desert bloom, and I grew up as an Anglican, so I knew that Jews were indigenous to Judea and Samaria. But more important than all of this, I know radical extremist Islamic forces are killing people all over the world. I think the big thing we need to be afraid of, and it's not Islamophobia, because it's a rational fear. People need to acknowledge that there is radical extremist Islamist hate all over the world. Their hate isn't limited to Israel, and it never has been. I'm old enough to remember the September 11th Twin Towers attack in 2001, the Bali nightclub attack in 2002, the Madrid bombings, the London Underground bombings, Charlie Hebdo, the Bataclan, the Nice truck attack, the Ariana Grande concert. Islamist violence goes way beyond Israel. The Druze people of Syria are being attacked by radical Islamist sectarian militants right now. In Sudan, the Islamic State was calling for a jihad in Sudan in January of this year. Millions of people are being killed. In Yemen, Muslims are killing one another. The list, and I shouldn't say Muslims, sorry, Islamists are killing one another. So why anyone would choose to want to believe Hamas instead of wanting to believe Israel is beyond me. Anyone who's choosing to believe news coming out of Gaza is choosing to believe the published statements of a terror group. Israel shares our values. They're a democracy. They're the only democracy in the Middle East. They have due process, courts, a declaration of independence, equal rights for women, for the LGBTQ plus community. Israel, by the way, is the only state in the Middle East that celebrates Pride. Okay, so I dislike AI because unless you read, you don't know if artificial intelligence is giving you the whole picture or lying to you. And I also know that this spring there was a sit-in at Harvard where students, pro-Palestinians, sat down and rewrote Wikipedia articles to make them more pro-Palestinian. So the internet can be manipulated, and if you don't know your history, you won't know if you're being lied to. But to prove my point about extremism and Islamic violence all over the world, I asked AI to give me a list. When presented with the list, Hezbollah and Hamas were both omitted. So I had to ask ChatGPT, why did you omit them? And then I was given a more complete list. And then I said, oh, when I first asked you, you omitted some Islamist terror groups. Are there any more that you've omitted? Watch my video. You won't believe the number of Islamist terror groups operating globally right now.